guys, how are you and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm gonna show you my favorites for the past month or the past 2 months. I don't remember if I did a favorites last month, but I've been loving a few things and a few techniques or a few just ways to apply some products, and I just wanted to share that with you. So before we go to my favorites for the past 2 months, remember to go and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That would mean the world to me and it helps me a lot if you also share my videos. Now let's just go into my favorites. If you want to see them, just keep on watching. So this is one technique that I love to do, and I've always loved to do it, but I sort of switch it up the way I do it. Today I'm going to show you these two products, and this is the Deep Brow Pomade by Anastasia in the shade dark brown, and then I also have here this is the Makeup Forever, I think it's 250. This is the eyeliner brush, but this is the smaller one, and I love this. This is so precise for wing liner. When I would do wing liner every day, this became my favorite, and now I have it on my kits. I have a couple of them, and it's what I use for my clients. I used to do like a beauty mark right here. My mom used to do it for me when I was little. She would do my makeup, full face of glam. When I was like 5 years old, I would tell her that I wanted to look like her. So she would do a smoky eye and everything, powder my face, no foundation, but powder on my face, blush, everything. And she would always at the end would put a beauty mark. If you go back to my first video, that was sort of what I wanted to be my trademark, and that video I filmed it over 5 years ago, so about 6 years ago. Now I've been wanting to do the beauty mark right here, and the reason why I started doing it is because I had a pimple. My pimples are not rude pimples, so I just wanted to cover it up, and I do my foundation, and then since I have a little bit of texture, I put sort of the little dot of it. And the Deep Brow Pomades, these are sort of waterproof. They are hard to remove in a way. So what I really wanted to do was just try it out for freckles. But freckles, I don't know, I haven't done them right. They're sort of not my thing right now. They're not a favorite, but I've always loved beauty marks. I have one right here, and I always enhance it with eyeliner, with a brow pencil, but this one and these two I also have them, but they're super light, so sometimes I like to enhance them. This one is a fake one, and I love doing it with these two products. So the Deep Brow Pomade in dark brown and the Makeup Forever eyeliner brush, and they work just amazing for that. I know I'll keep doing that throughout the years. This also works with this one just to make hair-like strokes when my brows need a little bit of extra oomph and dimension. But this product, I never get used to using it on my brows. Just a lot of days doesn't turn out the way I want it, but for beauty marks it's just amazing. You guys know that I've been finishing powder like crazy because I'm not gonna purchase any powders for my personal use, so I've been just going through my powder drawer, whether I hate powders or not. So I had a Coty Airspun powder that my mom just gave to me about a month ago, but it was closed and I wasn't using it. I hate the Coty Airspun packaging, and I finished a Laura Mercier powder a while ago, and I gave this pot to my sister-in-law with another powder that I gave to her, and told her that when she was done with the powder, I needed the top back because I love having these and reusing them. So she gave it back to me, and I poured the entire Coty Airspun powder in it. So this is not the Laura Mercier powder. This is the Coty Airspun Naturally Neutral. That's the shade that I love the most. The reason why I always remove the sifter is not because I bake, because I don't bake that much. I have to go to a party and know that I'm gonna be oily for some reason. That's when I bake, but it's not an everyday thing. On the other hand, just using my wet sponge after applying concealer and bronzer and everything to set my face with the powder lightly, that's something I do every day. And I hate the sifter, and I hate having to do this every time I'm gonna use my powder. For me, it's easier to just remove the sifter. But the Coty Airspun powder, I was just reminded by taking it with me on this trip how much I love it. I know not every shade works for everyone. Even the translucent shades, they don't work for everyone. They tend to make your makeup look lighter. It's not what I'm wearing today because I need to work on finishing this NARS powder, which is not a favorite. I took this with me when I was traveling, and I'm just in love with it. I think it blurs out your pores. If you can find the right shade that will work for you, that's a high quality powder. It's beautiful on the skin. It makes you look poreless. So it basically gives the same effect as the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and it just costs like $6 to $8 depending on where you purchase it. It's a must-have in my opinion, and I've given that powder to my sisters-in-law, to my mom, to I think even my grandma, and everyone that I've recommended it to loves it. I've even sold it to my students here. I sometimes buy stuff that I love, and when I teach makeup lessons, since they can't find that stuff here in Colombia, I will have it for sale and people will just grab it. Now I don't have a single one of them because they always sell out super quickly. People love them. So yeah, the Coty Airspun has been a favorite, and it has been a favorite depotting it into the Laura Mercier pot. This is the Infallible Pro Glow 209 L'Oreal foundation. These I have in my foundation collection, the Drugstore foundation collection. But this is what I've been using for a cream bronzer. Since I have just a little amount of it, I will just use it until I finish it. This will be the bronzer, the cream bronzer that I will take with me now that I'm going to Spain. So yeah, this has been just beautiful, and the shade is nice because it's warm but it's not that dark, and I've been super light. I haven't self-tanned, and this is just a beautiful shade to bronze up with. And I also apply this with my Beauty Junkie sponge or my Beauty Blender. This is basically the bronzer that I'm wearing on my skin today. I truly like it. This has been a surprise for me. When Benefit Colombia sent me 2 of their products. Oh my god, that one is also a favorite, but I'm not gonna mention that on today's video because I haven't used it for that long. But they sent me these about a month and a half ago, but I was traveling and I got it when I got back from Miami. I received this packaging with the Roller Lash Mascara, the brown one, and then the Roller Lash Wing Liner Pen, something like that. Both are favorites, but that one I haven't used that much. This one, on the other hand, is just perfection. And the thing is that I wasn't expecting to love this because it's a brown mascara. It's not what I'm wearing today, but it's what I've been wearing for the past week every day. And then a few times when I was traveling, I also used this. It enhances the yellowy, orangey tones of my eyes. It's just perfect for my eyes, for my eye color. And I love the Roller Lash. I have a backup of the black one that I will go through when I go through my mascaras because I've been just working on them one by one. But this formula is beautiful, and I'm surprised that I love the brown one. If I do makeup like the one that I have today, I would usually go for this brown mascara now. And I enjoy doing it. Even when I do a reddish, brownie type of eye look all over the lid, I will go for this because it's the same brown as those eyeshadows. It's sort of a reddish brown. You can see right here that it's not a dark brown. It's not a black brown. It's a warm brown. And I love that. I love it for my eyes. And this mascara will never smudge on me. And it works as well with my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. So yeah, this I would recommend for sure. It's the Roller Lash by Benefit. Or if you have another formula of mascara that you love and you want to try a brown one, if you want a warmer one, then the Benefit is the way to go because I've seen a lot of brown mascaras and those are not my favorite. It's kind of weird because I'm oily on my T-zone. I always get oily on my nose no matter what, but I've been in love with using luminous primers. I don't know if I mentioned this on my past favorites video, but this is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Yeah, and you can see that I'm halfway done with it. And this is a beautiful primer, but I've had other products that work similarly to this one. And I love this one. I feel like my skin looks blurred when I use it. Again, I'm not using it today. I've been going through a few samples, but it just makes me look blurred. Like I have a filter on. Truly, like I have a filter on. Sort of the same as the Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. That's a primer as well. So yeah, this is just stunning. And I've also used it on my kids. I've had samples of it and used it on my kids when people have dry skin all over their face, like a crazy metallic primer, and it's the light from within after you apply even a matte foundation comes through beautifully. So if you're looking at luminous primer, this is an oldie but a goodie. Just try it, you won't be disappointed. It's just beautiful. Again, this is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and it's different from the first light. That's a purple one. That one is sort of refreshing and hydrating, but this is a luminous one, and I love that. This is sort of a photography type of primer. The Eve Lom Eye Cream. I've been raving about the Bobbi Brown Extra Repair Eye Cream for a while now. For years I've used it. I used to use it when I was living in New York. So that's about 5 years ago or 4 years ago that I moved from New York. The Extra Repair Eye Cream was my favorite because it was super hydrating, good as a nighttime eye cream, a little bit heavy and moisturizing a lot. It was just beautiful. And now I found this one that's so lightweight but performs as well as the Extra Repair Eye Cream, and I'm in love with it. It comes with a few millimeters more, and it's just beautiful. Guys, you need to try this. It's so lightweight and it sort of melts into the skin as if it was water. I'm in love with this eye cream now, and I just started it. So I've been using it for the past 2 weeks, so you're not gonna see that much of a dent in it. But I would highly recommend that if you're looking for a new eye cream. The amount that this has is a ton. Eye creams last, for me, for about 6 months. You only need the tiniest amount, but I don't have dry eyelids or dry under eyes, but this one works beautifully underneath makeup. You can't even feel it when you're applying it. You just feel like you're massaging water into your skin. It is the first time that I've used an eye cream that I enjoy using so much, and I thought the Extra Repair was just flawless, and this one is like 10 times better because of the way it sinks into the skin and because of the way it feels. I'm in love with it. I don't know if this is how you pronounce them, but I've been loving my Vuset palettes, and these I got from Beautylish. These are one of those purchases that I've made for my kit from my kit's money. So it's just something that I was lacking in my makeup artistry kit. It was getting super heavy. I needed them. I had a lot of bullet lipsticks, and I was only using on my clients liquid lipsticks because it was such a hassle for me to have these amounts of bullet lipsticks on my kit and then opening them up and scraping a little bit of it and putting it into a palette or in the back of my hand and then grabbing it. It takes more time than the liquid lipsticks, but the finishes are different and more beautiful in a lot of the cases. At the beginning, I got only 2 palettes, and they are these palettes right here. They're both filled in with lipsticks that I already owned. These come empty, of course. I love them. I find them to be super handy. I will get more in the future. I have a few lipsticks now that I don't wear on myself, and I want to put them on my kit. And this way, I've been using my bullet lipsticks a ton more. And these are so small, but each hole, you can fit an entire lipstick. You only have left the tiniest amount, even after scraping it inside. If you're a makeup artist, or even if you have a lot of bullet lipsticks and you love traveling with them and you wanna just condense them, this fits 24 lipsticks. I couldn't be happier. I just love the way these work. They're awesomely sealed. You don't get it to be super messy. Of course, the lid is gonna get messy. Some people put them in the microwave. I don't do that because I feel like that's gonna change the formula of my lipsticks, even if you do small intervals in the microwave. I'm about to run out of 1 or 2 shades, and that's not something that happens often for bullet lipsticks on my kit. These are worth it. When you feel the quality of them and they stack together beautifully, that they are amazing. And you can see the size of it is even smaller than my hand. I thought they were gonna be huge when I bought them. And when I saw that they were small, at first I was sort of disappointed, but then after filling them in, I realized that I didn't need that much. Then on my last trip, I purchased these 2. This is the Vuset. I think this is the Taxi one and this is the Tahiti one, or vice versa. But these, I wanted to use a few of the shades of foundation that I have on my BBU palette from Bobbi Brown. That one I never use. And then I also wanted to add here a few of the shades of the Kryolan Derma Blend because they can mix well and they can cover up a lot of the stuff on your face. Again, I had a Visart concealer and corrector palette, and I added a few shades also right here, like the green one. Then this yellow one will help me mix some of my foundations. These are good for contouring, color correcting the under eyes, these two right here. These yellow shades to highlight the skin. These are so handy. So here I have Dermacolor, I have Bobbi Brown, I have the Supra Color by the Kryolan as well, Visart, Camino Consensual Skin Enhancer, which now I don't have to carry all the pots. I depotted some of the product on these wells right here. I'm in love with this palette and I've been using it more, and I haven't even done that much makeup since I was traveling and got this. So I know this will be super handy on my kids. Again, it's the same as the lipsticks, and these will fit on my kids, and they have so much product, and I'm just using what I have, but I'm using the space that I have wisely as well. Then I used to have a palette that I got at Michael's, and it was meant to be a beads little case, and everything was drying out inside it. It was bigger, so I sometimes wouldn't carry it on my kids because it would take space, and I wanted something to put my multiples and cream blushes in it. I don't have that many, but I have a few multiples that I haven't depotted in here yet. So here I have 4 multiples, and then I have a piece of the Milk Makeup bronzer, which I adore, and I also have a Dermacolor blush right here. So you can see that this palette is half empty, but since those products are bigger than lipstick, they can fit in here, and you can even put foundations, the stick foundations. I think a full foundation will fit in here, or almost the entire thing, and it would be handy. You can even create a contour palette with this one, and I just find them to be beautifully made, and they're just sturdy. I'm in love with these Vuset palettes. I think they're awesome to have on your kit, and they have been making me want to reach for a lot of products that I was forgetting about in my collection because they were a hassle for me to use on my clients. So that has been a definite favorite. This was a good surprise, and this was from the same Beautylish order where I purchased my Vuset palettes. I always get the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. I love the service at Beautylish. I find them to be amazing. I wish they had a point system, even a Sephora point system, if not an Ulta one. I always like supporting business that cares about their customers, and Beautylish is a personalized way of shopping makeup. They're so good with their clients. The customer service is amazing. The packaging is insane. The shipping is super quick. So I wanted to get a brush cleaner because I ran out of mine, and I can't be with a spot cleaner. I'm a makeup artist, so I use this to clean my brushes in between clients. I depotted it into this little bottle. This is a Japanese makeup brush cleaner. I bought a set of 3 at one point in a TJ Maxx, and I kept the little bottles, and I have one in my studio, and sometimes I take 2 when I'm going on jobs. It's the Perian Spirit brush cleaner. I read the reviews and they were amazing, and when I opened this up, the scent, it's like oranges, but it smells so good and way better than the Cinema Secrets one, and it has the expiration date written by pen, or the manufacturing date written by pen outside. This one was made on December 7th, 2018. So far it works the same as the Cinema Secrets when I'm cleaning my brushes, but in a way I think it's better. I love the scent. I love that it's white and it's not blue, so it won't stain. A few of my brushes have been stained by the Cinema Secrets one. They do not look completely blue, but they are sort of a different shade. So I love that this one is a clear one, and I'm in love with the scent. I'm in love with the scent. I think the price point is even better than the Cinema Secrets one, and that's also a plus. I wish this company was sold at Ulta or Sephora. I have here 2 eyeshadow palettes, and these are Natasha Denona palettes. I just have to say that the more I use Natasha Denona eyeshadows, the more I don't want to use any other shadows except for ABH. I always say this, but ABH shadows are beautiful. I have something to say. So Natasha Denona eyeshadows, I prefer to use them on myself, even if I enjoy ABH. And then Anastasia shadows, I prefer to use them more on my kids than Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona shadows, I'm talking about myself. For me, there's nothing that will beat them. And I love the textures of it. I've been adoring my birthday gift that I gave to myself, which is the Viva palette, and also another palette that I'm about to show you. This has been a loved palette from me. It's again not the one that I'm wearing today because I wanted to play with something different. So I have on my eyes the Tropic palette, and I have also a palette that I never use on myself, which is a Sultry palette. So I wanted to use them both, and this is the look that I came up with. And I also added a little bit of Riviera, which is gonna be my next project progress. But since I've been using this every day, and I even took it with me for my trip to Panama, I didn't want to use it today, but I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. I can see myself hitting pan in a lot of the shades of this palette. And I have to say, this black is the best black eyeshadow I've ever used in my entire life. And that sounds dramatic, but it truly isn't. This is the only black eyeshadow that will not have fallout, because it's that awesomely made. It's a cream to powder formula, and this comes with a few cream to powder formulas. I'm obsessed. I can't take it. The formula, it's perfection. I love the colors of the palette. I can't wait to see what other palette she will come up with, like a pinky one or a peachy pinky. If she would come up with a peachy pink palette, I'll die. Like, I will get that for sure. This is a recommendation for you guys if you love everyday makeup looks. If you're hesitant to try Natasha Denona, it's worth the price. It's worth the price, and I won't say this lightly. Of course, you have to have the money to purchase it. Of course, don't go into debt to purchase an eyeshadow palette. But if you have the money to get it, get it. They're beautifully made. Beautifully made. Like, props to Natasha Denona because her products are amazing, are insane. And then the other palette that this one I got because I love the color scheme since it was released at the end of last year. I think it was the end of last year, yeah. I didn't hear good things about it, so I didn't want to get it because I didn't want to be disappointed. And this is the Cranberry palette by Natasha Denona. I swatched it when I was in stores and I had to purchase it. I had a gift card, so I purchased it with that, and I couldn't be more obsessed with it. I think this is one of the most beautiful palettes that I have in my collection. Even though it has 5 shades, the looks that you can do with it are so stunning. You can see a couple of them on my Instagram, and I will have a video up with 3 looks of it. And you didn't want to get it for some reason or another. When you learn about the cream to powder formula, and that's the formula that these 2 mattes right here have, I think you will just enjoy it. Because when I first touched the cream to powder formula, I didn't know if I was gonna like it. But the more I played with it, the more I fell in love with it. And this is just stunning. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Every day that I use this palette, people have something to say about my eye look. I'm just obsessed with it. And this shade right here is one that comes in the Aries palette, which was the holiday 2017, I think. And that's my favorite eyeshadow in my entire collection. Not because it's so unique, but because it's so stunning and the formula is so beautiful. So I'm happy that I have a repeat because I use that one on every single bride at one point or another. Even if it's only as a brow bone highlight or an inner corner highlight, that's just a stunning shade. So I'm happy that I have it right here. It's the shade Nude. I'm keeping up with Natasha Denona, the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. These, you guys know, I did a Duping the Vibes video on it, and I truly wanted to just not purchase it, even though I really wanted it and it was still on my wish list. I have to do a wish list video, guys, because it takes a lot for me to purchase stuff even before my no buy year, because I would buy stuff but I always think it through. I have to pay triple the price because I make money in pesos, not in dollars. So for me, everything I buy, I put a lot of thought into it. I have this much makeup because I wasn't that way before, but for me it's a thing about money, not about the stuff that I get, because I think about what I'm gonna purchase for sure. And now I think it even more after I started my Nova year. But when I touched this in store, I fell in love with it. You guys know that I love cream blushes and I love cream products. I would wear only cream without setting my face if I wasn't oily or if I wasn't living in this humid weather. But this is my last item, and if you can get your hands in the Bloom palette, just do. It's beautiful. You just have to have the budget for it. But spoiler alert, as soon as the bronze one comes out, I'm gonna purchase that, and it's gonna be one of the other items that I purchased for this year, because when that one was announced that it was gonna be released, as soon as I saw it, I thought this one I would want even more than the Bloom palette, and I would use way more than the Bloom palette. That can be an everyday palette for me. So thank you guys for watching. If you like my favorites video or if you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit the notification bell, follow me on my social media, and that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.